That is me dunking my face into ice cold water. You'll hear more about that later. But welcome to this Sunday little day in the life vlog. We're just going to spend the day together from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. So enjoy this little church Sabbath Sunday with me. Typically my Sundays are a lot slower. As I said in a previous vlog, I've actually been experimenting with really having Saturday as the true Sabbath day of rest in God, and I've been really enjoying and reaping the fruits of that in my spiritual life and just feeling a lot more peaceful and ready for the week, and really viewing Sunday as the first day of the week has been a beautiful way for me to kind of reset and to start the week so intentionally and purely and with God, and kind of just weave off of that beautiful sabbatical day of rest and begin again in a slow and steady way with the Lord. Okay, so first of all, happy Sunday. Welcome back to another Spend a Sunday with Me vlog. It's the afternoon now, it's nearly 3 o'clock. We got back from church. And as you can see from the beginning of the vlog, I did a little ice face bath. I want to have a nice relaxing bath today on this Sunday, but my face was feeling wasn't even like puffy, but I just felt, I don't know, it was probably the fact that I had a couple of beers last night, but it was just, my face was feeling like big, and like I felt like I almost couldn't see with the fullness of my eyes. So I got a bowl, put water and ice cubes in, and I just dunked my face in. I get a bit claustrophobic when I can't breathe. Makes sense, but I mean, yeah, I get a little bit angsty, even though it was only like 10 seconds, but just the fact that I know I can't breathe, I don't know, it makes me feel weird. But it was so refreshing. I've never done that before because I have this, you saw it in the last video, I have this ice roller. Oh, it's just divine, honestly. Which is really good for depuffing. But this, and I like having cold baths, like just filling the tub up with cold water, almost like a cold plunge kind of thing. But I've never really gotten into the trend of like putting your face in ice, but it was lovely. It was such a nice, I just felt so good. If I could get past that angsty claustrophobia that I feel, God willing, then I would do it for longer, because it was just so nice. So we went to the market and we got some honey. We got this big bad boy. It's like a kilo, I think, of miel de printemps, spring honey. I think that's like a lighter one, but it's still nice and runny. And then we got this miel de forêt, forest honey, which is a bit stronger. It has quite a specific taste, but I love it. It tastes really earthy. And then we got some pollen as well, which I've bought pollen in the form of propolis before, but I've never bought it. We've never had it like this, so we're gonna see how that goes. Having my tea, and I'm just gonna put some olive oil in a pan, and I'm gonna attempt to make some semi-fried chicken on this Sunday. I've had I think I told you guys last week, I was doing like experimenting with making Saturday more of my Sabbath day, obviously not without any confinements or really because I'll keep saying it, but the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. But just experimenting with that, and then treating Sunday as the first day of the week, which is only the second week of doing that, but I do enjoy it because I kind of feel it feels like it readies me for the week ahead a little bit more, and it feels like when the weekend starts, I can really just straight away prioritize God and have that be my Sabbath. And then on Sunday, I can still rest. I can start to move a little bit more intuitively. I can, especially kind of thinking about where I'm at in my cycle, what my body needs, start to kind of pray on, not necessarily even any goals or anything for the week, but just where I want my energy to be focused, where my intention needs to be, and just kind of lay that foundation with God. So I've just been clearing up a little bit. I need to water my little basil plants, which my friend's boyfriend helped me repot them, because I didn't even know they need to be repotted. But I saw a video of a girl from England, and she bought a basil plant from Morrison's, and in a year it had grown like this much. And it's kind of silly because of course it can, and of course it would, but I kind of treat it as like I buy fresh basil and then I just kind of use it as and when. And I don't really take as good, oh, it smells so good. I don't really take as good care of it as I should. And it's already showing a little bit, but I've just blitzed up some bread to make these breadcrumbs. I've whisked 2 eggs. I've got some flour, and I'm going to I've put quite a generous splash of olive oil in this cast iron pan, and I'm going to cook this chicken. You know what? I don't even know if that's chicken. I think it's actually beef. I actually don't know. I can't tell. I feel like it looks like chicken and it feels like chicken, but it's kind of red, but I don't know if that's because of the spices, but we'll see. And I will let you know. I'll keep you updated with how that goes. Because I've never done it before with blitzing my own breadcrumbs, so hopefully it gets nice and crispy. That is the aim. Something that I have been doing for the past few Sundays is making my own face mask, and I've been using or switching up the ingredients, mainly dependent on where I'm at in my cycle. So I think at the time of recording this, I was in my inner spring, my follicular phase. So I wanted a face mask that was kind of a little bit energizing, but also soothing at the same time, because you're kind of in that transitional liminal stage between winter and summer. And so you want to kind of smoothly transition out of that, but start to bring a bit of life into you. It was so revitalizing, and it really stuck to my face. It was honestly 10 out of 10 recommend, even if you just have a few ingredients like oranges, banana, honey, some oats as well. Even just that does wonders. So that was the end of my revitalizing yet calming Sunday. I really feel like these days, after the Sabbath spent, after a long week and ready for a new week ahead, they help me to restore that sense of peace that is already indwelling inside of me. And I tend to just end my Sundays with a really early night, some lymphatic drainage, legs up the wall, drinking herbal tea, having a long stint of reading my book, when during the week I often just get a couple of chapters in, lying on the Shakti mat, which is uncomfortable but so healing, and getting a really good night's sleep. So I hope you enjoyed resetting with me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.